and then Deanna Young, and then Molly Shablianko. Okay, next, Molly Shablianko. Hopefully I got that right. If not, Molly, you straighten me out.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Molly Klebniko.
Klebniko, okay. I was kind of close.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I am compelled to speak today or tonight, and I'm speaking up because I am a survivor of a violent crime. I have made Sacramento my home with my partner over the last 4 years. We're happy to be here, grateful to be here. In 2014, I was living in Oakland, and I was attacked on the street by a stranger from behind. He tried to rape me, and he tried to murder me. The only reason I live to tell my story is because of the first responders who intervened and saved my life. The attack on me is a type of crime used to justify police and incarceration budgets. They want you to believe that without more jails and without more police, you might be a victim like I was. But I strongly oppose this jail expansion project because of my attack, not despite it. I know firsthand the criminal justice system is completely disinterested in my justice. It is built like the jail to punish people for the crime of being poor and non-white. Directly after my attack, the police began interrogating me in my hospital bed. They treated me like I was a suspect in custody. They gaslit me and called into question everything that I shared. And then they tried to coerce me into implicating somebody that I knew was not, I knew in my body I just could not put behind bars. So they just didn't know that that was the real person. I didn't trust the process, and I didn't trust the abuse that I endured. My experience with the police offered me no real path towards justice or closure, and only caused further trauma. Trauma that I still carry in my body today and will for many years to come. Through my attack, I came to see how the carceral system supports and maintains the conditions of why I experienced the incredibly traumatizing harm that I did, as I began to learn about the impact of incarceration on my community. As incarceration only serves to traumatize those who experience it and offers no path towards justice or healing. It destroys lives and pushes people further into destructive and violent avenues of survival. My personal experience shows me we must move away from incarceration and criminal justice as a system to handle our communal issues. I know in my body firsthand that we must invest into our communities and focus on housing, healthcare, education, invest in our youth, good jobs as our path towards stopping violence. We must deeply invest into access to mental health care services at a community-based level where people can call for help without being murdered or incarcerated. Each decision you all as the Board of Supervisors make towards further funding and perpetuating incarceration as a solution are demonstrating your commitment to perpetuating violence and harm throughout our Sacramento communities. Understand, the people who saved my life were not the police. They were the doctors, the nurses, the EMTs, and the neighbor who risked their life to save mine. We need for you to divest from building a new jail and invest into our communities, to mental health services and other kinds of alternatives to incarceration. Now is your time to engage in the future that we all deserve, instead of keeping us all locked up in these violent cycles of decisions past. If you care about stopping violent crime, you must vote no on this jail expansion project and reimagine your investment entirely and defund the police and defund the jails. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Klebniko. Okay, next, Celisa Campos, followed by Carlos Montes Ponce, and then Pamela Anderson.